understand the things that we want. Why do you keep coming back? I want love you don't know. So why are you here? Yeah, I should take it back so that you don't know where my heart is at. Don't want you to know my love is lost. Oh, well, there's only one thing left to do. My heart is breaking, wanting you, so I'll say goodbye. Let's put the sun back in the sky. Tired of crying, don't call me back, just say I'll say goodbye. Yeah, don't call me back, just say goodbye. I can change the past, don't wanna complicate things. Maybe if I asked, was any of it real? Was it real? Oh, there's only one thing left to do. My heart is breaking, wanting you, so I'll say goodbye. Let's put the sun back in the sky. Tired of crying, don't call me back, just say I'll
Good. Good to see everybody. My name is Ron J with the Josie Sports Nation show. Welcome. Oh man, it's gonna be um jam packed here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna send this invitation. Oh man, I got a guru coming on about the Pittsburgh Steelers. 1 second. I like to take things slow when I get on here. One moment. Yeah. All right. Send this out here real quick. But good evening, good evening. Hope your Saturday, Friday, Sunday. Hope it's all great. Usually I don't do this on Friday nights. Let me put this on here. Yeah, so if you want to get in on a conversation, you can. I'm gonna put the number up front. Also, I'm gonna put the link if you want to get on there. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that put in there. Yeah, man. So if you want to get on, talk your stuff on here, definitely can go to the description below. Also, definitely hit that like button, subscribe button, also that notification bell. Let me see. Let me try this again because it didn't work. Paste this right here. See if it worked now. All right, so it worked. Yeah, so if you trying to get on the conversation, hit that go to the comments below, and we're gonna get to it. Yeah, so I'm gonna put the telephone number on the screen here. Yeah, but before I get into all that, man, I'm excited. This weekend I'm going to out of town, so I'm not drinking today. Usually I drink on the show, but I ain't gonna drink today. Got me a little Diet Coke and a couple snacks here, but it is what it is, man. So, but yeah, uh, first off, I want to appreciate everybody for supporting the show, supporting my videos. I really enjoy putting that out there, just like that. Yeah, and I appreciate the people for who's giving me cash apps. You're appreciated, right? What I want to talk about today. Hold on 1 second. Let me give me 1 second here. Doo-doo-doo. All right, here we go. Make this better. Boo yeah. Yeah, man. So, like again, I'm excited. I'm this weekend, I get a chance to get away, go see my my daughter at college, see how that is, check up in on, you got to check up in on your kids and all that good stuff, man. See what they doing out there, But anyway, I'm gonna check out the college game and just enjoy the whole experience. Come back by Sunday, maybe I'll do a show. Definitely want to do a show Sunday night, because I want to see that Tom Brady go back to his home that he built with New England. I want to see that. But anyway, what I want to talk about today is Kyrie Irving. Is he the new Muhammad Ali? I've been following the story a little bit with Kyrie Irving, and I'm not going to say these words because YouTube is going to crack down on certain things, but I'll say Cody. On the Cody in the vacation. I ain't gonna say the word, but yeah, and he's standing out on it, so I want to see what it happens during this season. I want to talk about that. Also, the showrunner, should the NBA cut players who's un who's not on vacation? That's how I'll put it. They have a new protocol out there where I heard that the players who's not on vacation won't be getting paid. Is that fair? They don't want to talk about Stephen A. Smith. He's the big shot at ESPN, man, and his ratings are going down. So might touch on that a little bit. Now, did you see these guys, folks? Super Bowl, all hip hop. Is this the first time? Let me know. Is this the first time hip hop hosted the show? Are we done kneeling? Jay Z. I know when Jay Z took on the task of, he said this was the movement to change, to make change, and kneeling wasn't it. So he started working with the NFL. We're gonna talk about that, right? Also, Ryan Clark calls out the Pittsburgh Steelers organization on their weak play. So let's get started. Right. A second here. Now, is Kyrie Irving the new Muhammad Ali? Muhammad Ali was loved before he passed away, but it was not always like that. Muhammad Ali took a stand against the government during the civil rights era. You remember that? It was an act of bravery for some, and it was an act of treason for others. Mainstream America did not like this guy. He talked too much, and he backed it up in the ring. People would pay for his fights to see him lose. They did not like an African American man that mocked his opponents and backed it up with lightning quick fists that tore opponents apart. He was not like the good old Joe Louis, who was a model citizen and accepted being drafted into the army. People refused to call him by his name after he went from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. It took a while before many newspapers and broadcasters called him Ali. When he said he was burying his slave name, it drove people nuts. A little before 8 a.m. on April 28th, 1967, Muhammad Ali arrived at Armed Forces Induction Center in Houston. The Vietnam War was raging. American soldiers was dying, about over hundreds. Protesters were burning draft cards, and angry objectors were fleeing to Canada. Do you remember that? I wasn't living, but I read it. I watched documentaries. Yes, I did. His refusal to fight in the Vietnam led to a 4-year ban during his physical peak, a choice that cost him the title an untold amount of money. In an age where white supremacists were murdering civil rights activists with abandon, he was unapologetically black. Ali stated, he stated that he could not join 438,000 American troops in Vietnam because of his religious beliefs. When he first filed for a draft exemption, it was a conscientious objector. Then Ali found out that if he used the conscientious uh, objector status, he could still be drafted. It'd just be non-combat services. Now, Kyrie is one of the few players in the NBA that did not take the mandatory, what I call vacation. But Kyrie won't say if he has been or plan to be on vacation. The liberal media is verbally attacking Kyrie Irving, stating that he is a conspiracy theorist for choosing to question the efficiency of the vacation. And following the protocol, social media account, the NBA worried that Kyrie and other players will opt out of the games where they're on vacay and it's required. For people who's on there, I'm not going to say the word because, you know, so it's vacation. Sports media analyst Stephen A. Smith encouraged Brooklyn Nets to trade him because he will have to miss 42 home games during the what I call segregation laws of the NBA. Now, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 1 second.
Call from.
Give me a second.
Gregory.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Yes, you're live. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, give me 1 second. All right, I'm gonna put you on hold and then I'm gonna get to you. All right.
All right.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me see here. Hold on. All right, real quickly. Get out this screen. All right, 1 second. Got my analyst who knows 100% of the NFL. He knows everything about the NFL, so I'm happy he's on there. Just got him on hold. I'm gonna finish up my so-called monologue. All right. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar calls for what I call vacation players to be removed from the team. Now, Kareem stated the NBA should insist that all players and staff are on vacation and removed from the team. There is no room for players who are willing to risk the health and lives of their teammates. Let me this is his quotes.
His quotes. Can you hear me? Yeah. So again, like I was saying, there is no room for players who are willing to risk the health.
Try to subdue the health and the lives of their teammates. The staff and the fans simply because they are unable to grasp the seriousness of the situation or do the necessary research. I don't think that they are behaving like good teammates or good citizens. This is war that we've involved in mass and vacations. They are the weapon that we use to fight this war. Now, this is where I call hypocrisy when it comes to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because he rebelled in his time in the 60s. Now, I understand it was a whole different era. You had uh, activist leaders getting assassinated by so-called white supremacists. So it was a different time, but I kind of understand. But he always was the outlaw, right? Now during the summer of 1968, Alcindor took the Shahada twice and converted to Sunni Islam. He used to be a Catholic. His family was a Catholic. Now he adopted the Arabic name Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, which was interesting. He did not use it publicly until 1971, but in 1966, that's when he started converting to the Nation of Islam. As you know, back in the day, it was frowned upon. He boycotted the 1968 Summer Olympics by deciding not to try out. Now, the men's team still won gold, but he was making a stand. Now, Lou Alcindor decided to stay home during that time. An episode of Black Journal produced a video, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar discussing his boycott. And although he denied any connection with the radical Nation of Islam, Jabbar was linked to them in a story that appeared in Sports Illustrated dated February 19, 1973, specifically to members of the group in Washington, D.C. The few people he did trust, he trusted fully, blindly. When he got involved in the Nation of Islam, he allowed his Muslim spiritual leader, Hamas, to choose his name. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar means generous, powerful servant. And even his Muslim wife, he picked his wife, he did all this stuff for him. Hamas. Now, because Abdul-Jabbar didn't know the first thing about handling money, he handled that as well. He was his business. Hamas was his business manager. And people don't know this, but in the 80s, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar lost all his money. These relationships all ended sadly. His wife broke up with him in 1973, divorced in 1980. Hamas was jailed in 1977 for leading a murderous siege on a certain headquarters. And he went to jail, later died in 1980. So my question is, when it comes back to Kyrie, is he leading the charge of standing up for yourself? You know, for the, I can't say the word, but vacation, the unvacated people. I can't get with him when he was talking about, what was he talking about the other years ago? He was talking about the earth is flat. I was like, man, you're crazy. But is he the guy to lead the charge? Is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar out of line? See, people didn't like Kareem back in the day. Kareem didn't talk to the media. Oh, give me a second. I gotta see something here. Yeah, he didn't talk to the media. Is Kareem a hypocrite? That's my question. Because he went against the norms back then. Also, he put people at risk in the 60s. See, what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did, he went against the Nation of Islam. He went against Elijah Muhammad. See, Hamas, who recruited Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he left the Nation of Islam in the 50s. And the whole time he talked about how Elijah Muhammad was a fraud. The same thing that Malcolm X did. And you saw what happened to Malcolm X. Yeah, you saw what happened to Malcolm X. So Hamas was hooked up with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I'm going to play this video in a minute. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar put people at risk. He put his teammates at risk, and I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna show you how. Check out this video real quick. But before I can play, excuse me. Before I play it, check out one of our sponsors here. 1 second. Check out one of our sponsors, afjcworldwide.com. That is afjcworldwide.com for our latest apparel, homeware, and drinkware. Definitely get a shirt for your husband, wife, doesn't matter. Again, check out afjcworldwide.com. Yeah, so definitely check out that site. AFJC Worldwide, support the channel. Hold up a second. Anyway, check out this video with Kareem when he became a Muslim. Check this out.
It was my dad that introduced me to a friend of his named Hamas. He helped me to understand the difference between Orthodox Islam and what the black Muslims were talking about.
Hamas Abdul Khalis had been a leader in Elijah Muhammad's militant Nation of Islam, or Black Muslims, before bitterly splitting from the group in the late 1950s and creating his own smaller rival sect, the Hanafi movement.
Call from
Gregory.
All right, let me get to the callers. You're live.
Was that?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh man,
Can you hear me?
hear you very well. Who's calling and where you calling from?
North Carolina, way of Pittsburgh.
Okay, representing. Now, real quickly, while I have you on there, and I get back to what I was saying, but first off, how's your day? How's your weekend, man?
Had a long week. I'm enjoying my weekend.
What you got planned this weekend?
Rest.
Oh man, you gonna watch a little football, man? You just gonna get some sleep, huh?
I'm gonna watch a little football and relax with the wife.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, man. Okay, so real quick, man. Got a few topics on here, but I know you're a Pittsburgh Steeler guru, NFL guru. I want to ask you something, man, because uh, there was stuff going on with Ryan Clark in the news, calling out the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. What do you think about that?
I mean, first of all, Ryan Clark is a analyst for ESPN, so that's part of his job.
Mm-hmm.
Second, he probably feels embarrassed in the way the Steelers have been playing because he knows that the Rooneys and Tomlin, they have a way that they are supposed to represent the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
So, he didn't feel that they represented right. And then you got Tyler Boyd from Cincinnati calling out the Steelers and said they quit. If I was him, I wouldn't want to be. That's almost like how they used to step on the terrible towel and stomp on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that was.
Whoa!
So,
Wow!
yeah, I remember hearing watching the game Thursday, and the announcer said, "Yeah, they got to play them later on this year." I don't know how that's going to go.
Yeah,
So,
what's his name? Watts didn't play that game, right?
nope, he didn't play. Neither did Heisman. So you got two of the guys who are part of the defense that didn't play, and then Devin Bush didn't show up. I don't even think he had any tackles.
Wow. Man.
So, I mean, the Steelers are banged up, this and that, but it still doesn't give them any excuse to quit if that's what they did. But it's going to be interesting the rest of the season because, Ryan Clark said that the whole organization is in disarray. I don't know. I think that was just a little too much for him to be saying that for somebody who's on the outside.
Right. So, I mean, I kind of understand what he was saying a little bit. I saw part of the interview. I was going to play it a little bit later, because history shows, even with the Pittsburgh Steelers, once we lose the franchise quarterback, we suck for like a good 8-9 years, man. Like look, I was looking at like what's his name, Bradshaw, right? When Bradshaw and those other guys retired, Chuck Noll didn't do well. I don't think he made the playoffs when until what 88, 89, and I think they beat Houston, I think, but he didn't get to the playoffs. We couldn't get a quarterback. We had what, Mark Malone, Terry, what was the other guy's name? Bobby Brister. Didn't do well.
Well, I mean, you got to also look at the way the Steelers drafted players. I mean, they don't try to go for the primo type player, so to speak. They try to go to, these schools that are somewhat not name brand schools and find these gems. And they thought they were finding them. Now it's not that way. I mean, you have to go out there and get you the top player because he's playing at the top school. And that's what you have to look for. I mean, even they're saying if what's his name, Roethlisberger is retired, they talking about Aaron Rodgers wants to come to Pittsburgh. I mean,
really?
They reaching for straws. They even want Watson. They want the Watson from down there in Houston to come up. I think that's a bad idea too because he got too much baggage coming with him.
I heard rumors, not rumors, but people want Cam Newton too, right?
Cam Newton ain't got it no more. I think he's shell shocked. He's scared.
You know what I think about Cam Newton? I have this theory that I always talk about. When you have these super athletes, when they come through high school, they really never have to work on their fundamentals. Like I heard Michael Vick talk about this on I Am Athlete show. He was saying, "Oh man, he's like I never really looked at the plays because when I drop back, if I don't see anybody, I just run and But then they start slowing down and they can't have a long career. You know what I mean? And I think Cam is part of that. He never lost when he was at Auburn. He was everything he did was gold, and I think he's deteriorating. He's older, and he never really learned how to read defenses and stuff like that. And I think I think a little arrogance, but I think a lot of athletes do that. A lot of 5-star athletes.
You're right about that. I mean, and then you have your few athletes who excel when they learn how to build from the fundamentals. I mean, we had Michael Jordan, we had Kobe, we had LeBron. These guys, even though they got talent and able to achieve all this greatness, they realized these guys need, you can have all the talent in the world, but if you ain't putting in the time and the effort,
Right.
then you're not going to be but so great. And that was remember when Kobe, he was mad at Shaq because Shaq wouldn't put in the time like Kobe did. And he was like, man, if he would put in the time, he put in half the time I put in, he would be unstoppable, you know.
Facts.
So that's the thing that these athletes need to realize, you know, but it's not just their fault. It's the people around them because, you know, discipline is probably the most important thing that you have to learn as an athlete. And a lot of athletes don't learn it because if they're good at it, the coach just lets them do whatever.
Yep.
And that's not helping the team. That's, you know, you're not even a team anymore. You relying on this one player to achieve the greatness of your team. And that's not what team means. Team is a team effort. It's more than just one man. It's everyone.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Now, I hear a lot of rumblings in Pittsburgh. I don't understand it. Granted, I didn't well, maybe I did boycott the NFL a little bit. I wasn't watching. I just started watching again. Why is everybody telling the Steeler organization to get rid of Ben?
Because they think the grass is greener somewhere else. The bottom line is, why ain't they telling the line to block to do their job?
Right. See, that's what I understand. Like, I was looking at statistics, and even last year, the Steelers went 11-0, and then they start folding. And in my opinion, the reason why is because they never had a running game. So you're predictable. You're burning out this old man's arm. You know, like I was looking at like the last couple of years since we lost Bell, we haven't had a 1,000-yard runner. You know, and
that's because you just like when you go looking for, like, we'll take for instance the draft pick they got this year. They got a running back, Najee Harris, who's an awesome player in college. I can't say that he's not a good player. I mean, we did see a glimpse of him when he was catching those passes in the last game that they played. But here's the thing. And Bell didn't do anything after he left Pittsburgh. You have to have the thoroughbreds up front. When the Steelers won those first 4 Super Bowls, they had the most devastating offensive line known to man. And they also had a devastating defensive line, too. You need those horses. You need them. And if you don't have them, how far are you going to go? So even Tom Brady has an offensive line that blocks for him.
If you're just checking in, man, definitely hit them likes buttons. Hit the like notification. And yeah. I'm liking this conversation, man. You really enlightened me because I don't really watch the NFL like I used to. Same way with the NBA. Like things change. Maybe I'm a prisoner of the past. I like the way the game was run back then. I am going to watch the Sunday night game with Brady going back into New England. I'm gonna watch that one, but
man, I think that's going to be a slaughter. I think that's going to be a total annihilation of New England. I mean, when you look at the way Tampa Bay is playing, they look unstoppable. I mean, they figured out a way to take these guys, even with Brown being there. I mean, remember when he was in Pittsburgh, he wanted the ball all the time. Now that he's down there in Tampa Bay, he knows he has a role. And that team is disciplined to, you have a job to do, and you need to do your job for the greater good of the team. And that's what every team tries to achieve, but you know, it's totally up to how the coaching staff gets them on board with the plan. And That's the bottom line. And even they're even calling for, what's his name, the coach, that's the offensive coordinator for Pittsburgh. It's above his. He can't handle the pressure.
Mm.
I mean, you're asking for all this stuff in 1 year, and it's not even a year yet. This is his first NFL games and where he's coaching the offense. They're asking for too much.
So I heard that Pittsburgh has one of the toughest schedules. Is that true? Sure.
I think they're number 2 or 3.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
But
Yeah.
I mean, they've risen to, to the challenge before. I just don't think the offensive line has what it takes to rise to it. They just don't have it. And
Yeah.
Ben's going to be the one that's going to suffer behind it.
And it's a shame. It's a shame because I watched the first half of the game and I took a nap, man. I was like, man, I can't torture myself because think about the last game, right? They finally scored. It was 7-7. I go to bed. I took a nap, and it was like 1 minute left, I believe, under 2 minutes, and they walked down the field and scored. So it was like 14-7 at halftime. Like, what happened? I don't know. Did you watch the game the last game?
I ain't watching neither.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was like I was like, what happened? I'm like, the running game is weak, like you said. The line is getting crushed. So I don't know, but I don't blame Roethlisberger for it. I don't think it's not him, and it's a shame that he has one of my favorite movies was Dark Knight, and they said the hero is going to live long enough to be the villain, and we're seeing it right now.
Wow. I mean, that's possible, but here's another scenario that you have to look at. They're being predictable, which is causing Ben to throw interceptions. And on top of it, these receivers think they're all that, and they really ain't. I mean, Claypool is, he's a good receiver. Keyword good. Juju is a good receiver.
Is he though?
He's a good slot receiver where he is willing to take the hard hit in the middle and try to deliver. But the whole thing is these are good receivers. Ain't none of them great.
That's a fact. That's a whole.
Ain't none of them like AB.
Facts.
AB came through every time that he was needed. There was maybe one or maybe you could probably count on one hand the times that he didn't come through. These guys are going through a whole season missing opportunities.
Man.
Every time Ben had, I think it was, they said he had I think it was 11 or maybe it was more, but it was at least 11 drop passes in that game.
I was trying to find that
What
statistic.
did you get paid to do?
I know, and no one's going to blame nothing else. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times,
Right.
if he's trying to make a play, so maybe he holds the ball too long to try to see if someone get open. I mean, he can't do timing routes because they're not getting open to me. Then, like you said, you're losing confidence in them because you're not catching the ball. I was trying to look for that stat before you even said that the drop passes because I was going to use that in my argument.
I mean, here's another one. Why has Ben walking off the field shaking his head all the time? I can tell you, these guys, he's seeing where they need to go to get open, and they're not doing it. He's seeing they need to make separation from the DB, and they're not doing it. And he's probably telling them when they're in the huddle, you got to get open. You got to make a move. You got to do something. If you don't do it, I ain't got that much time. And then, you got an offensive line that they're underachieving. I can't even imagine what Tomlin's going through because I know he probably pissed.
He next.
You imagine being in the meeting with him and you going through film and you're an offensive lineman? Oh my goodness.
And I think I saw an article where Tomlin kind of called out the running back. He said he's missing the holes.
Yeah, I mean they show that. They
Mm,
showed that he is missing the hole. I mean, Tomlin was as blunt. I mean, he's always been blunt.
hmm
But that Sunday when he said, "What? We ain't playing.
mm,
We ain't doing our job. We just ain't doing what we're supposed to do."
mm, mm, mm. So
I
who they
mean,
get?
he calling out his own team. He's letting them know y'all suck. Y'all need to do better.
And the crazy thing, we always lose to the Raiders. You know, and the Raiders look.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, boy. We just can't beat the Raiders. I don't care if it's at home or it's away. It don't matter. I mean, think about the time we lost to the Raiders and what was it? Terrell Pryor
Oh
ran that
man,
90-yard touchdown run.
he was looking like Vic for sure. I don't
And we
know.
had and what's his name? And Paul Marlowe was still playing.
hmm
And he ran that 90-yard touchdown run. Look, I don't know. The Raiders just got their number now.
Man, I lost respect when Tim Tebow threw that bomb like he was Elway in that playoff game. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, man. Mm, mm.
It just makes you wonder, are the coaches not teaching these guys or are these guys not paying attention?
mm.
It makes you wonder. Just like they was talking about Devin Bush has yet to make a solo tackle. He
Really?
has yet to make a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. He has yet to get a sack. They lost their record. They had the record for the most for the getting at least one sack per game. They lost it last game.
Mm, mm,
So
mm.
that's telling you people are not doing their job. And they getting paid to do this. Isn't I mean, yeah, it's entertainment for us and this and that, but they get paid to go out there and perform,
hmm Now,
which means somebody get ready to get fired.
yeah. Um. Now I wonder, do you blame Tomlin for this? Because he
I mean,
in the past.
in all essence, he is supposed to go the blame on the head coach. But if you watch how the whole time he's been a coach,
Hold on one second. I see you, Will, in the queue. Give me 1 second. All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
hmm
hmm
the whole time that he's been a coach, if there is a problem, they get rid of the coordinator. They
hmm
don't get rid of Tomlin. They
hmm
get rid of the coordinator
hmm
because he's going to blame it on the coordinator.
Man.
So I don't know. They want. I mean, Mike Tomlin. I can't say that he's not a good coach. I think he is. I think he's a dynamite coach. I mean, his record speaks for itself.
hmm
He's never had a losing season since he's been with the Steelers. They're not going. They're not going to get rid of him because they got to find somebody to replace him. And there ain't too many out there for you to just go grabbing to replace him,
mm
because then the Steelers would definitely be rebuilding themselves, and they're not. This franchise does not want to be in a rebuilding stage. They don't want to go through with that 8-9 years where they was looking for a quarterback. They're talking about even drafting the quarterback from Pitt. They think that he could be the replacement for Ben.
mm.
I ain't never heard of him, so I don't know.
Man. So, last question. I'll let you go. So, why didn't they replace Ben or try to?
They thought they did.
Mm.
They thought they had the replacement. The one that
Rudolph?
who's the second quarterback. What's his name? That's there right now.
I have to look at the roster.
What's his name?
You talking about the black guy?
No, the white guy.
Let me look. Let me look it up real quick. Let me look at the roster. But go ahead. I'm listening.
But
Look it up.
they think he's the replacement. They think that Haskins can do better. I think he can,
hmm
but I think they need to go outside of who they have right now and find somebody else. to be his replacement.
Mm.
It's just that plain and simple. And if they right the ship and get to the playoffs this year,
Mm-hmm.
does Ben come back next year?
That's the
I
question.
mean, that's another question.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he doesn't right the ship this year, does he quit because he had a losing season? Does he go out in a disappointing way? I mean, there's a whole lot of answers, the questions that are going to have to be raised in the next couple of months, deciding on what Ben's going to do. And I probably, Ben is probably saying, I can't wait for this season to be over because I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't ready to quit,
Mm-hmm.
but I bet he's thinking about it. And they even said that he's sitting there listening to his critics. So how much longer does he have?
Yeah, that's a sad way to go out, man. You talking about Mason Rudolph? Is that him?
Yeah, that's who they think that's his replacement.
Mm.
And he had his chance.
Mm.
He ain't show nothing.
Yeah, they're in trouble, man. They're in trouble. We had an opportunity, man. Like I said, I believe Tomlin is a good coach, and I think we're spoiled as Pittsburgh fans because there's other teams that never really make the playoffs. He's been making it every year. But I don't know, man. I just think we should be able to go to the next level before we have to rebuild. Because like he had a run with Cowher's team, in my opinion. Those was Cowher's players,
Right.
Which was good.
Well, now they're Tomlin players. These ones that are on there right now, because what is Ben and who else? Hayward. Those are the only two that were playing for Cowher.
Mm-hmm. And like we ain't really been having success, with his players, the way he coached. Like you had them. Like you let go your locker room when you had Bell,
Right.
and so it was. I believe it was his fault. They let these guys do rap songs and everything else in the locker room. So.
And what the Devin Bush said it best. If you spent all the time that you spend playing on TikTok, if you put that effort into what you're supposed to be doing,
Mm-hmm.
how much better would you be?
Man, we're gonna end it on that, man. Appreciate your call, man. Can I have you as a guest again, man? You gave me you're my Pittsburgh, my NFL guru. All right.
One of these days, of course.
All right, cool. I'll let you go, man. Have a good evening.
You as well.
All right. Oh man, that was good. That was good. Yeah, I totally agree with his assessment with the Steelers. So let me get you in here, Mister Thomas.
What's good, money man?
How was your day so far, man? How's it going?
Ah man, can't call it. Just came from watching this whippeal football out here. Friday
Okay.
Night Lights.
How'd it go?
Oh man, it was Fox Chapel Foxes versus Shaler Township. Fox Chapel's homecoming. They came out with the win, 28 to 28-14.
Oh man,
Yep.
somebody gonna be drinking tomorrow, huh? You need the chaperone. They're gonna be partying tomorrow because they won the day.
Mm.
Homecoming tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh man, we need some chaperones, man. They're gonna be doing some crazy.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
go ahead.
Neither of my kids. I don't know. They don't want to go to homecoming.
Oh,
So I guess they too cool since they seniors. But they,
okay.
they had a heck of a game, man.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, my son Jason, he was doing his thing on defense. Getting in there, getting in the quarterback's face, and then my older son Zane, he's the running back. Had 3 touchdowns. Probably, oh yeah, Number 3, Zidane Thomas.
We might have to play his highlights on here.
Oh man, he broke one for like 70 or 80 yards, another one for 50.
Oh, this
He
dude
might
trying to
have
get
broke
to the
200.
he trying to get to the league, dude.
Oh man,
He trying to get to the league. Man, what was it? What was the score again?
28-14.
Good for them, man. Proud of them. They working right now. There's like, look, man, practice. What's practice? I play in the games, you know?
Yep.
All right. So you got a minute or no? What you got? You got a little
I'm
bit of time?
good. Look, I'm here for it all.
Oh, you're silly. All right. So the topics I was talking about, if whatever you want to touch on, is Kyrie Irving, the new Muhammad Ali, right? Also, should the NBA cut people who's not on vacation, the players, right? Stephen A. Smith, his ratings are going down since he dropped Max Kellerman. And I don't know if you heard about this, but Super Bowl, we got hip hop in the building now. We're gonna you could talk about that as well, and her Ryan Clark situation. Since you in Pittsburgh, you can give me a what's going on in Pittsburgh, the feel of it, of the Pittsburgh Yinzers.
Well, here,
Mm-hmm.
well, I ain't going to be too long on that. Even though I am here in Pittsburgh, I am not I'll say a first place Pittsburgh fan. You know, I go for the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. All you Americans should be watching them. But we're going to talk about the Steelers for a second.
Boo. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that was for the Steelers, but
he got me. Go ahead.
But that line's terrible. Ben, you know, he's what 30, 38, going on 45. You know, and you know, he can't do it alone. I'd say Ben he's still a good quarterback. Unfortunately, he's one of their better choices. But I just don't really agree with them having him in. I think that the other guys between Haskins or Rudolph can do just as good as this level of Ben. And I think that would actually help them going into the future to get one of those guys going.
Hey, Derry Wood said, I need to cut you off because you cursing at us.
Oh man. Yeah, Yenzers. I give respect to the Steelers. You know why?
What?
Because they have some cool colors, black and gold.
Man. I'm about to get you off this show, man. Say another word. Say another word.
But yeah, it's rough, man. Those receivers, they got to make some plays, and the running game is non-existent.
So you got the ear to the streets. How is the Pittsburgh fans right now when they're 1-2? What's going on with the Pittsburgh fans? Talk to me.
I hear most of them are saying get rid of Ben. Now, it's surprising because usually for the last 10 years, Tomlin's been here no, it's been here like 15 years.
Yeah.
Whatever the case, whenever things are going bad, the first thing they're saying is, "Oh, let me see if I could do it. Wait, they need to fire Tomlin." That's how they sound, how the Yenzers sound.
Right.
But I'm not hearing that chorus as much. There are some people who are saying it, but right now, I guess the play is so atrocious that they can't just blame it on the coach.
So, I mean, what I noticed, you know, the black players always defend Tomlin. I think I don't know the Rooney Rule or whatever, but I think he should have some blame going on right now. He's losing his team again mentally. You know, and the last caller he brought up some great points about the running game, like you said. Um he said Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd from Pittsburgh.
Right.
That plays for Cincinnati. He said that the Steelers quit on the basically quit on the team. So hopefully that's some bulletin board material next time they play. But come on, man, you can't have another opponent saying they quit.
Mm.
You know,
That's embarrassing, man. Someone
yeah,
else say like those dudes quit.
hey, hey, and I always say like I'm a history buff, but I always say like the quarterback is the main focus, the line, the foundation, and the quarterback. And once you lose that quarterback, it's hard to get another one. It's hard. I mean, at least in the Pittsburgh organization, because you remember in the when Bradshaw was here, they were basically the defense was holding them down, but he was a decent quarterback. Like he showed up when he had to, and then when they retired at like what 84, man, Pittsburgh wasn't that great until like 92, and we didn't have a quarterback. So
Mm.
then we get Roethlisberger, and he was the savior for a couple years, man. So like I was saying earlier, man, you're a hero, and if you still ain't around, man, you end up long enough to be the villain, man. So he's the villain right now.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have a losing season. And now that the season has a odd number as far as the games that are there, so you can't go 8-8. You can either have a winning season or a losing season. And I actually think they're going to have a winning season. So we'll see what happens. A lot of Pittsburghers will kind of get really worried in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the Steelers will pull it together.
Okay, well, they definitely got one of the hardest schedules right now. So I don't know. We'll see. You're right about that. Now, what's going on with your team, the Cowboys?
Cowboys, they're doing good. They're winning. The thing is, they don't really have an identity.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing all sorts of things. They're making defensive plays on
Mm-hmm.
one end. They're passing. They're running. So they're just everyone's chipping in, which that's a good thing. Whenever it results in high points on your team and low points on the other, and that's what pretty much happened on the last game. But at some point, they're going to have to figure out who they are. So I think that right now just really getting that running game is going to be important.
Mm-hmm.
If any of the Dallas Cowboys are listening, please do not try to bribe the drug test officials anymore. I mean, but other than those shenanigans, which there's always going to be a little bit of shenanigans that come with the Dallas Cowboys. It got to have that excitement. They can't just be the Boy Scouts. They got to do a couple bad things in there. They the Cowboys.
Man, right now they're first place, right? They should have beat the Buccaneers. They got cheated. Now I'm not a Cowboy fan. I don't like them, but I'm just keeping it real. They should have beat the Bucks. They had that pass interference call that they I believe they didn't call. It was straight pass interference, and went down and kicked the field goal. If they'd have won that game, they'd have been 3-0. And their schedule looks pretty soft right now. Like they play this Sunday, they play the Panthers. I'm pretty sure they can probably beat them, right? Then they play the Giants and then the Patriots. So they could have been easily 6-0 at this point. Thoughts? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, my thought is Bill Belichick is still Bill Belichick. I mean, even though he may not have the offensive core that he used to have, he's still a great coach, and there's going to be some tricks up the sleeve.
Okay, so
Panthers.
when you say tricks though, are you saying Spygate tricks?
We back to that. You Pittsburgh people. Oh man, what?
I ain't in Pittsburgh, man. I'm down south, man.
Show me the proof of Spygate.
Oh, well, maybe let's talk about the fumble with Deflategate.
Okay, so the ball. Come on, guys. So the next thing y'all going to do is y'all going to be like, you know what? They made the air too hot in the locker room, and the other team they started cramping up during halftime, and then the Patriots came out and won. Come on, man.
And don't forget poisoning. Don't forget poisoning their Gatorade. Continue.
Oh man, we might as well say they ran out of peanut butter. Yeah, come on, we got to come out and play. I mean, people be stealing signs all the time. They do it in baseball all day long.
They stole their playbook, bro. That's different.
They didn't steal their playbook. Allegedly, someone was filming. I mean, here's the thing. You ever go to a Steelers practice before?
No.
Okay, I have. I went to their training camp. I seen their practices before. I can sit out there with a camera and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anyone can do that. People probably were doing that. Other teams were probably doing that. Patriots were just the only ones that got caught. But at the end of the day, you still got to play the game.
They don't do their game plan in summer camp, man.
Yeah, they do it at practice. But what I'm saying is that people are allowed at the practices. And
man, look, you're a Marvel fan, man. If Taskmaster know all your moves, man, what is that, man? I call it cheating.
All right, then you gotta be like Deadpool. You know how Deadpool always beats Taskmaster because he's unpredictable.
Whatever. Moving on. All right, so what I was talking about earlier. Well, first off, what do you want? What do you want to touch on? Before I get into
really about Kyrie Irving.
Okay,
if that's all right.
Good.
And I know that you had in the description a little bit about Jonathan Isaac. I don't know if that goes into the whole vacation thing, but what they're doing to Kyrie Irving, I think it's said, is he the new Muhammad Ali, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Muhammad Ali, when he said he wasn't going to go to that war for whatever his reasons were, which I'd assume that it was his religious beliefs, and they were ready to kill him, and the media was against him, everyone was, and that's pretty much what's going on with Kyrie. Yeah, it's not a war in the sense of going to physical blows, but it could be. But right now, this is I would say this is probably worse because this could have long-term effects. This is a war of the mind, of the mental, and people are in a position where they are walking with their eyes with their eyes shut. And they're taking this stuff from the media and they're just doing whatever they say or feeling the way that the media wants them to feel, but they're not really thinking about what's really going on. There are 450 to 500 players in the NBA. 90% of them took the vacation, right? So let's say it's the 500. I don't know if it's less, but that would mean that out of that, 450 already took it, 50 didn't. So how are those 50 going to affect the 450? Number one, if they're not sick. Number two, even if you take the vacation, you have the ability to get sick anyway. So I don't know what sense they're making, but what they're doing is they're just trying to get you to without thinking like, oh, he's a bad guy. And that's crazy. And the people who are, jumping on this, I saw an article. They were sitting there saying that LeBron needs to not support them.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is bullying at its finest.
Now, do you think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is a hypocrite?
Yeah. He is. I mean, look at who he was who he was actually rolling with. What was Kareem? Wasn't he with the Nation?
No, he was going against the Nation. Matter of fact, I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna play this quick couple of videos and then we're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Give me a second here. Yeah, but before play this one video to our sponsor. Check out one of our sponsors, afjcworldwide.com. That is afjcworldwide.com for our latest apparel, homeware, and drinkware. Definitely get a shirt for your husband, wife, doesn't matter. Again, check out afjcworldwide.com.
It was my dad that introduced me to a friend of his named Hamas. He helped me to understand the difference between Orthodox Islam and what the black Muslims were talking about.
Hamas Abdul Khalis had been a leader in Elijah Muhammad's militant Nation of Islam, or Black Muslims, before bitterly splitting from the group in the late 1950s and creating his own smaller rival sect, the Hanafi movement.
But I got two other clips I'm going to play. And this is why I call him a hypocrite, because he put the the NBA in danger in his own right. And now you're sitting there saying that these certain players who's on vacation are putting players and teams in danger. Keep that same energy, bro. So check this two other videos I got. Let me see.
Hamas made us feel like it was us against the world, and it didn't have to be that way.
Here in Washington this evening, 6 persons reported killed in a wave of violence, including shooting at a home owned by Kareem Abdul Jabaar, the pro basketball star once named Lou Alcindor.
When the massacre happened, I was in Milwaukee. Basically, it had to do with the fact that Hamas had provoked the black Muslims. He said that Elijah Muhammad was a fraud and that the black Muslim movement was not Islamic. And it obviously outraged these people. They sent people to kill him. And when they attacked his house, he wasn't there. They tried to kill all the people that were there. It was a very horrible and ugly incident.
And the massacre, which counted 5 children among the victims, led to concerns about Kareem's own security.
It was very, very, very distracting for the team as well as for Jabbar. We had FBI people following and protecting the team. We had the Milwaukee Bucks had their own security. We feared for our lives, and he obviously feared for his life more than any of us.
He was always used to a spotlight. This was a freaking laser.
When you have a great athletic career going and then you have all this turmoil on some religious tangent, it doesn't make for a very harmonious life.
What's your thoughts?
Wow. Yeah, he really put them in danger. That whole story could have been a whole lot different. Someone could have showed up at the game. Any of that. Wow.
Better yet, let's say he was in there with Hamas, he would have been gone.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So that's my thing. Like you chose a personal decision for you. You was raised as being a Catholic with your parents. You were named after Christian Lou Alcindor. and then you change because of your beliefs. And at that time, with the turmoil with how America was, and you went against Elijah Muhammad, like how Malcolm X did, and you put the whole NBA in danger. You know what I mean? So I don't understand it. Then he just a hypocrite, man. Like then you lose all your money because you allow Hamas was your spiritual advisor. He was your financial advisor. So he was running your money. You didn't know anything about money. He gave you your wife. You get divorced in 1973. Lose your money to all these women you were dating. Then in the 80s, you start compromising. You start compromising your religion. You start doing idol stuff. Like you selling Lay's potato chips and knowing that the African American community is suffering from heart disease and diabetes, and you're pushing these products because you're broke. And then you had the nerve to say that that Kyrie need to act like a celebrity. Well, isn't that idolatry when it comes to religion? You're on mute.
I didn't hear that part. So he said he needs to act like a celebrity. How?
By following the rules and being the example to everybody else. So he was using it as reference to the vacation.
Wow. So what it sounds to me is that Kareem is basically in the go along, get along game. And he's saying, like, Kyrie, you need to get on board. You need to, get in line. And, this is one of the things that I don't like with the celebrities anyway, whether they're promoting something positive to me or something negative to me, is that because of the platform they're on, we're supposed to just accept them as experts in these different fields. Whether Kyrie wants to take the vacation or not, that's just a matter of his personal choice. That doesn't
Right.
have anything to do with everyone else in America. So they need
Right.
to actually stop with that. But the fact that they're doing this like you're a celebrity, you gotta set an example. What it typically means is follow what we want the examples to be put out there. They usually go a certain way, and Kyrie, there have been things I did not agree with him on, things that I did, but what I know about that guy, he goes to the beat of his own drum. It's never, to the detriment to where he's putting someone in danger or anything like that. But he does his, he shows up, to be able to ball. But he does like the mental health breaks and things like that, which I may not necessarily agree with. But at the same time, I'm not in Kyrie Irving's brain, so I don't know what he's actually going through. So for people to be able to say, the same people that say we should be okay with the mental health breaks, what do you think this is doing to him and his mental health right now?
Yeah. I totally agree. I didn't like when he said or agreed with when he said the earth was flat though. He almost lost me with that.
Almost.
Yeah. I was giving him the
You,
benefit of the doubt, but yeah. Check,
oh
check it
man,
out.
when he was saying that, you know how they were making the little videos where like there was this one song that would play and it would have them like going around the world. They had one with Kyrie. It was so funny.
Mm. And then look at this clown right here, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. First off, he was unorthodox as well. He was not talking to the media. That's why nobody really talks about him being number one. Um, in public opinion, because no one really liked him. They didn't know him. He's just a weird guy. But look at this when he lost the bag and he out here becoming an idol. Check this out real quick. Let's see if I can pull it up.
Chocolate is scrumptious.
Look at this fool.
That's why I love Nestle Crunch Milk Chocolate. That's creamy and crispy. Ooh, so dreamy. Gotta have it. It's so scrumptious. Love that chocolate when it crunches. Crunches. Chocolate is scrumptious when it crunches. That's why I love.
Look at this dude.
Nestle Crunch.
Muslim out here, man. This dude's a clown, man. Beta male. You know what I'm saying? And then in 1997, the Muslims went after him again because let me get out of there. Because he was promoting beer.
Wow.
Man, come on, man. No respect at all. No respect, man. He out there pushing products to the African American community, but I never put respect on I don't like a lot of stuff LeBron do, to be honest, man. They call me number one hater. I'm gonna have to update my shirt, LeBron number one hater. But I respect the fact that what he talked about the protocols, and he was like, look, it's their bodies, let them do what they want. But for me, I did what I wanted. And that's what I respect. You could do what the heck you want to do, but allow everybody else to do what they want to do as well. It's men. Men with their families, you know what I mean?
Right. And the main thing that they're not looking at is that, realistically, it's not even just about the vacation. It's about we have to take control and responsibility of our lives, of our health. And no one really wants to do that. Everyone's always looking for the magic pill. Now, I'm not saying that the vacation is the magic pill, because it magically doesn't do everything that they initially touted for it to do. But it is a way to be able to help out, but there are other things. And just like some of the other players are saying, these guys are in top peak physical condition. Like these are the people that have the least worry about it. At least they should. So I don't know, man. Kareem, he's wrong. I never heard him saying this about the flu shot, about anyone getting that.
Okay. Change gears real quick, man. Let's see here. What do you think? Have you heard about the Super Bowl Sunday?
Not really.
Okay, so I'll keep you up to speed a little bit for the people, the viewers. If you checking in, hit that like button, get them likes up, hit the subscribe button, also hit that notification bell. So anyway, Super Bowl Sunday, as you know, at least in my lifetime, it's always been a really big deal. You would agree with that, wouldn't you?
Right.
Before the 1990, they never really had artists at the NFL Super Bowl. It was always like the band or something like that. And they would have a super long, drawn out event, but it'd be the band playing. You have to put respect on Dwayne's name, because in the 1990, when the Living Color was on, Keenan Ivory Wayans tried to be a funny guy and see if he could disrupt America, right? He had the biggest show at the time. And see, people don't remember this, but maybe you do. He had a Living Color special. So he got everybody to leave the channel from the Super Bowl and watch his stuff, his show, for that brief period of time. And then they went back to the Super Bowl. And the NFL couldn't stand it. They couldn't stand it. You know what they did the next year? This was 91 when they did it. You can fact check me. You know that they did it next year. They put Michael Jackson on the Super Bowl. Ended everything. Ended everything. And I think they had 93. They had Whitney Houston. So this is the time when they start getting artists. I think 94. I think they had like Diana Ross. I can't remember. But it became a big deal because the NFL don't play that. They don't play with their chips. You dig what I'm saying? They don't play. So they went in there and start getting these artists. They had Magic Kingdom, you know, they had Disney and Michael Jackson out there staring in the crowd, not moving. Epic. And then I think one of those years, that was 93. That's when Michael Jackson did the Heal the World and all that other stuff. And then the next year they did the top country artist in 94. They were killing. Right? Yeah, 96, Diana Ross was performing. Then you had the Blues Brothers on 97 with Dan Aykroyd. Like they know how to throw a show. You know, to keep going further, they had 98. They had Boys the Men. They had Motown tribute. So, needless to say, they've been killing Super Bowl Sunday. It's a party. Like, don't even really watch the games a lot of times, right? Now, fast forward to now. We had a lot of turmoil when you know the killings that's going on with the police and Jay-Z told us to stand back. All the soldiers stand back. Don't watch the NFL. Then you had Kaepernick out here kneeling, and we had a division. But one thing we heard was, don't support the NFL. Yes, there was some people sneaking out there watching the game, saying they wasn't. That's what people do, right? They say, you know, it's like a workout partner. They're like, oh, yeah, we're gonna, you know, go on this diet and we're gonna work out. The dude sneaking, eating bad food, and ain't telling you. I'm like, you go to the weigh and like, dude, you ain't losing weight, my dude, what's going on? They're like, I don't know, I'm eating salads. Lying, right? Ain't going to the gym with you. Well, anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But then, you know, Jay-Z came in here and said, look, man, don't mess with them, man. I'm working on a deal, man. Chill out. We got this, man. He's working on this deal about money. So anyway, we don't hear anything else from Kaepernick right now. That's interesting. Did he get a payoff from Nike? Because life is still going on. Where is he at? Where is he? He got his bag. Then Jay-Z come back and he signs this deal out the blue. Well, it wasn't out the blue. You could tell he's working on this for years. And then he ended up saying this.
Okay, I think we passed kneeling. Yeah, I think it's time to go into actionable items.
Yeah, so he's going to actionable items because he's checking this off and getting that billion like booyah. But then I'm like, okay, so what can you change? I don't know what you're going to change. You know, working with the NFL, I don't know because they're not the police, they're not law enforcement, whatever. But then you come out here, and the first artist, I'm thinking like, all right, well, he's going to put all these, you know, black artists on here. Maybe that's his angle. He had like his first time running it, he had all these Latinos on there. I'm like sitting there looking at this stuff like, what? Like, yeah, loca running across the stage. I'm like, did anybody see this? Did anybody care? Did anybody care? So, I'm pretty sure he's here. He got his ear to the streets, right? Now, he got, you know, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Dre. Now, I got excited. I'm like, hold on. But then that's one of my guilty pleasures. You know, I'm trying to stay away from hip hop. I'm trying to stay away, but they keep calling me, man. Like Pookie, they keep calling me. So I'm like, I got excited, but then I'm thinking like, well, why ain't nobody calling this out? Because Snoop, Dre, he's like they're like the lyrical what's the guy Hugh Hefner, right?
Mm.
Where's the women out? I mean, I'm kind of hating right now, but where's the women's movement? Who's Snoop? You know he got a song called "If It Ain't Fun If the Homie Can't Handle It." Where are they at? Dre, Dr. Dre, billionaire now. You know he beat up a woman. It's not alleged. He beat her to almost to death back in like 1990, 91. D Barnes, you can look it up.
Oh my God.
He beat her up when he came out with that movie, Compton movie he did. It was like they tried to come out and speak a little bit, but he tried to apologize, and he had his old publicist, but nobody cared. Nobody cares. Snoop did a murder, allegedly. Murder was the case. No one cares. Is this a good look for the NFL? Eminem calling his mother and all these women bees and stuff like that. Where are the women at? Mary J. Blige allegedly was messing with young kids. Danny Boy, look it up. You could go to YouTube right now. Danny Boy was talking about it. He was 15 when she was messing with him. This is interesting, but the bad in me was like, well, this is going to be a dope concert. This is actually the first time that rap is going to headline the whole thing. So, what's your thoughts on that, man?
I think that number one from the beginning, Jay-Z is
Vanilla Ice.
ultimately looking.
I didn't know Vanilla Ice was on. Shout out to Swanee. I didn't know it. But Vanilla Ice was on. Doing that. Did he? I have to look it up. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, but Jay-Z's going to look out for his number one, who is Jay-Z. So, we all know that regardless of who's actually in those shows, Jay-Z's going to end up getting a pretty good cut. But as far as him putting a lot of hip hop acts in, now as opposed to last year, I think that back in the background there was a lot of selling that Jay-Z had done on making changes to the corporation. Like you had alluded to, none of these changes are affecting like dealings with the police or anything like that. The only change that's happened is Jay-Z's pockets are getting padded pretty big.
Yeah, like since he's been in charge, he put Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, The Weeknd, which I didn't like that his performance at all. Yeah,
I think Pitbull, right?
Yeah, I think they brought him out there too. But it was straight Latino out that month. I'm like, dang, Jay-Z. I thought what you said. You said this is what he told us. He said,
okay, I think we passed kneeling. I think it's time to go into actionable items.
So what is the actionable item?
Hey, Jay-Z. That's the first actionable item. It's pay Jay-Z. Jay-Z can't get paid while y'all over there, just kneeling and stuff like that. Jay-Z got business to handle. Y'all can kneel in y'all's hearts. Jay-Z about to get this money.
Yeah, Rock Nation. Shout out to Swanee. Swanee said whoever owns the music will make out. The artist will get pennies. Yeah, so this is a Rock Nation event. So Rock Nation gonna get all that paper. Man, it's like I don't know. I mean, I thought we in the Me Too, or they just picking and choosing this Me Too thing. You know what I'm saying? Jay
Well,
Z, former drug dealer, got Obama on a text for real. Like, why is it that politicians are really clinging to these rappers?
I think the big thing is that they really believe that their influence um, goes before, I mean, goes longer than, what they could, regularly do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I just that definitely interesting. Now, as far as the NBA protocols, do you think they're fair? A
No,
lot, huh?
no, not at all.
And why do you say that?
Well, you're talking about the NBA protocols, and we're dealing with Cody, right?
Yeah, I believe that I have to double check, but I think the people who can't play those games, they don't get paid. They're making it harder for people who they're trying to make their life uncomfortable, and I believe that they're not going to be getting paid. But I have to double check. If anybody knows, leave a comment below. But yeah, they said they're not going to get paid. What you think about that?
Uh, well, I mean, the, I don't really think that I think they should definitely get paid, but I don't know. I mean, we got to look at who is getting paid at the
And
end of the day.
the thing is, though, I mean, because I don't know how true it is. I heard it. I have to look it up, but I don't believe it could be true because I believe they got guaranteed contracts. There's people right now to this day still getting paid, and they ain't playing in years. So I don't know how they can pull that off. You know what I
Mm,
mean?
great agents, great,
Yeah,
great
yeah.
agents.
I'm talking about Agent Zero Arenas. He ain't playing like 10 years, and he's getting paid from that contract, which he got
Bob
hurt. Hmm?
Bobby still getting paid?
Bobby who?
O'Neal.
Oh, you know he's getting paid. Like he's a his agent's a genius. They should put a statue.
They put it like a holiday, the Bobby Bonilla Day.
And last time I checked, I don't think he did too well when he went to Mets. You know what I mean?
There's a couple football players that are getting those too. I just wish I remember but yeah, I mean, they, the ones that get paid, man, they got to game this system because they're constantly having to deal with these what's it called, the salary cap. So they're always going to have to, like, try to shake things around, no matter how much it ends up increasing to their, there's always going to be a need for more. The market's going to always reset. Someone's going to always get paid more than the last person. So that's why you got to have a smart agent. What you sipping on there?
I was muted. What I was sipping on is Diet Coke. I'm actually going out of town in the morning to see my daughter, so I'm trying to stay sober.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, but you want to leave you with the last word?
Um, just in the big scheme of things, anyone watching this, man, open your eyes. Like Josie Sports Nation is definitely a huge cornerstone, breaking into the media world. But better listen to if you're listening what the mainstream media is saying, they're not always wrong. But what you guys say is like, why are they saying it? And what do they mean? Like, people got to critically think. So don't just go like lemmings. Definitely, tune in, listen to different people, man, because it's getting scary out here. A lot of people are really not thinking. And I really like your objective approach to a lot of these issues, Ron. I think it's a blessing to the sports world. I'm glad that you're putting your talents out there, but that's all I got to say.
Oh, man, appreciate you, man. I'll get with you. Oop. Yeah. Swanee on the check-in. They need to put all their money together and start their own league. Yeah, they ain't gonna do that. They too tied in to these billionaires. I don't see them doing that. Yeah, I don't. There's not a lot of unity. You could tell right now with the NBA when it was going on last year. When they were fighting on should they play or not after George Floyd got shot. So it's never going to happen. Not in our lifetime. I just don't see it. LeBron is the face, but them kids don't respect him right now. Like they fell out last year because LeBron didn't. They didn't talk to LeBron when Milwaukee went out and boycotted the games, and LeBron was very upset about that during that playoffs. And then they got in an argument, and they just wasn't feeling it. So I don't think they like LeBron like that in the league. Not in the least. But it would be interesting. I think just the players are just trying to buy into the system. Like they're trying to get bad team. I think Dwayne Wade, he has interest with the Utah Jazz. Then you got Michael Jordan. So yeah, but it would be interesting, to say the least. But real quick, appreciate the support. The super chats and a second, and I appreciate the cash apps. Yeah, so probably gonna end this right now and put the cash app again. But appreciate it, man. Appreciate the love, man. I'm probably gonna get back on. I'm gonna come back in town on Sunday. Go check out my daughter tomorrow. It's family weekend at this college. So I'm gonna go out there, have a good time, like it's 1999. Beta! Get back home and watch a little football. I'm probably gonna come on after that game. The game I really want to see is Tom Brady when he goes back to New England. I'm gonna check that game out. But anyway, I will holla at you soon. And definitely like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I'll put one of our brands down on there real quick before I go. Hold on 1 second. Check out one of our sponsors, afjcworldwide.com. That is afjcworldwide.com for our latest apparel, homeware, and drinkware. Definitely get a shirt for your husband, wife, doesn't matter. Again, check out afjcworldwide.com. All right, man. Have a good weekend. Check you out on Sunday.